O kaya, nung marinig po natin na napakarami pa palang mga pondo na hindi po magamit-gamit para sana dun sa kinakailangan na ayuda, talagang ito po ay kailangan gawa ng paraan. At sa panahon ngayon na ang kada ayuda ay matter of survival na para sa ating mga pamilya at napakalaki po ng epekto nito sa mga bata at kabataan. Now, Madam Chair, sa ating pong pagdidiin ng ating panawagan para sa ayuda para sa lahat, ang isa po sa pinaka inaasahan natin na tumutulong doon sa pagtitiyak na yung ayuda, yung lahat ng tulong na available ay mabilis na makakarating sa ating mga kababayan ay ang ating mga public social workers at public social welfare and development workers. Sa tala po ba ng DSWD, ilan po ang ating public social workers at mga public social welfare and development workers na nasa ilalim po ng DSWD sa buong bansa?
Secretary Bautista? Sino po?
Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce Niwani be recognized? She is in virtual right now.
Yes. ASEC Joy Niwani? ASEC Joy Niwani, you're recognized. Paki-unmute lang po.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Chair. Good afternoon. Yes, actually, the number of workers that we have right now is around 30,000, and most of the social workers and employees of the department are also all doing the social work practice. Therefore, they're all affected, ma'am.
Madam Chair, lahat ba ito nakatanggap ng hazard allowance? Simula po ng madeklara ang Pilipinas na nasa ilalim ng state of calamity dahil sa COVID-19.
Ma'am, those who worked during the ECQ and MECQ, they were given the hazard pay, ma'am, as stated by the law that all health workers, including frontline workers, will be getting that amount, ma'am. So, yes, ma'am. But it was only during ECQ and MECQ, ma'am. For the hazard pay for social workers, we are still awaiting, ma'am, for the clarification that we have sent to DBM for the guidelines po.
Yes, Madam Chair, magkano po yung inaasahan na pondo na kailangan natin para mabayaran yung hazard allowance ng lahat ng ating social workers? Madam Chair, ang sang-ayon po kasi sa batas, hindi lang sa ilalim ng ECQ o hindi lang yung mga areas sa ilalim ng MECQ. Pero ang nakasaad po sa batas, areas declared under a state of calamity or emergency. Simula po nung nakaraang taon, nagkaroon pa tayo ng year-long extension ng state of national calamity because of COVID-19 from September 2020 at hanggang po ngayong buwan yan, September 2021. At mukha po ang utang natin, hindi lang yung SRA ng mga healthcare workers, kundi itong hazard allowances ng ating public social workers. Magkano po ang hinintay nyo ngayon sa DBM?
Yes, go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Rod Santos be recognized? He is in virtual, Madam Chair. ASEC Rod Santos, Madam
ASEC
Chair.
Santos, go ahead. ASEC Santos, you're recognized. Who else can answer that question aside from ASEC Santos, Ron Santos? Baka mahina yung ano niya, internet connection.
Madam Chair, may Yusek Joer Gaviola. Yusek Gaviola be recognized.
Yusek Gaviola? Zoom din, no?
Yes, Madam
Via
Chair.
Zoom, okay. Yusek Gaviola, Kindly unmute yourself. Well, it's raining hard here, so probably the internet connection is also affected by the heavy rain.
Madam
Ah.
Chair, habang hinihintay po natin, pwede ba na humingi na lang po tayo ng commitment sa DSWD? Huwag pong pabayaan na hindi matanggap ng ating mga public social workers yung nararapat na hazard allowances. Yung tamang kompensasyon, no, para sa kanila, yung proteksyon habang ginagampanan po nila yung kanilang napakahalagang gampanin.
Representative Sara, I think Yusek Gaviola is ready to answer your question. Go ahead, Yusek Gaviola.
Yes, good evening, Madam Chair, Honorable Congresswoman Ilago. Tama po kayo. Amin pong gagampanan na hindi namin mapabayaan ang aming mga personnel. At kung inyo pong mamarapatin, yung una nyo pong katanungan kung nakatanggap po ng hazard pay ang aming mga empleyado ay tama po. In the amount of almost 340 million, we're able to provide the hazard pay of our personnel since the law authorized in providing this hazard pay to our personnel since last year, Madam Chair. And rest be assured, Madam Chair, that we will do our best that in case we still have another hazard pay requirement, then we will look for other means for as long as we can provide that benefits of our personnel, Madam Chair. Honorable Congresswoman Ilago. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Sara.
Yes, we'll ask DSWD to submit the connected details of the compensation for our public social workers. Hindi lang po yan pang ECQ o MPCQ. Kailangan po sa ayon sa batas, sundin natin kung ano yung nararapat para po sa tamang kompensasyon nila. Now, Madam Chair, onto my last request po, no? And I will reserve other questions in the plenary. Yung original proposal na lang po nung ating mga attached agencies na pagkalaki-laki ng mga kaltas mula po sa CWC, sa JJWC, sa ICAB, at sa NCDA. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Yeah, who can answer that? Would you want to understand? Sorry Kong Sara, medyo mahina yung tawag dito, internet. So, but you were asking for the slash in the budget
Madam Chair,
agencies.
Hinihingi na lang po natin yung mga kopya ng original proposal ng mga attached agencies na ito para mapag-aralan po natin kung ano ba yung mga programa na hindi po dapat kaltasan, lalong-lalo na po sa gitna ng pandemya. Kung kailan kinakailangan po natin mas palawakin at mas palakasin pa ang lahat ng ating social protection programs and services. Maraming salamat, Madam.
Thank you very much, Kong Sara. So, nakuha niyo ba yung request ni Rep. Sara? Okay. Thank you very much, Kong Sara. Next, let's move to the majority. May I call in Representative Mark Go. Representative Mark Go. Comsec, can you please contact Representative Mark Go? But let's move to the next interpolator, Representative Hector Sanchez. Representative Hector Sanchez. Okay. Go ahead. Representative Sanchez, you're recognized. Kindly unmute yourself. Okay, so let's move to DSDV Savaliano. Deputy Speaker DV Savaliano, are you in? Medyo, ha? So maybe really the rain is affecting the connectivity. Anyway, we'll go back to you later. Representative Diego T. Representative Diego T. So let's call them twice, and if they don't respond, let's move to the next interpolator. Representative. Huh? Sorry, Representative Vicente Veloso. Ayan. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution mandates that it's the prime duty of the government to serve and protect the Filipino people. I have two groups of Filipinos that really need the help of DSWD. For peace, the children, or for peace on the one hand, and the senior citizens pension on the other hand. May I ask the Secretary, how much would an indigent senior citizen need for meals alone every day?
Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
with the permission of the honorable congressman, could we ask the question again, Madam Chair?
Representative Veloso, can you repeat your question?
Okay. Magkano ba ang gagastusin natin para sa indigent na senior citizen? Pagkain lang 3 times a day. Araw-araw. Magkano ba?
Madam Chair,
Go
may
ahead.
ASEC Glenda be
Asik
recognized.
Glenn, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, that depends po sa regional threshold. So, yun pong ating dating social amelioration program. It is computed po for a family of 5. So, commensurately po, yung halimbawa, taga-NCR siya, 8,000 divided by 5 divided by 30 days po. Yun po yung meal na kinakailangan po ng isang tao. Samantalang sa senior citizen po, kinakailangan mas higit dahil mas madami po silang supplements na need sana.
Go ahead, Rep. Veloso.
Sa Region 8, magkano po? Araw-araw ang kailangan ibigay natin sa indigent senior citizen pursuant to Act 2003, the Indigent Senior Citizens Act of 2003, 18 years ago. Magkano po ba? Region 8.
For Region 8, specifically for Region 8, for the senior citizen, how much is the threshold or for a family of...
No, para isa lang senior citizen.
Isang senior, tama.
Isa lang.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Glenda be recognized.
Yes, go ahead, Asik Glenn.
Sa current threshold po, prevailing sa Region 8, 33.33 pesos po.
Per meal, per day.
Per day po ang nakakompute po sa atin.
Ibig sabihin, 10 piso lang per meal, grabe naman. Ano mabibili mo pang bigas at ulam para sa isang meal? Ang itlog lang, mahigit 10 piso na eh. In this regard, Madam Chair, kindly register my opposition to the budget of DSWD. Grabe naman sila magkwenta. On the other hand, sa 4-piece, hindi ba under your briefer, gumagastos tayo ng 115.6 billion for the 2022 NEP while 23.5 billion lang po ang nababudget natin for 2022 NEP. Tama po ba yun?
Go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may Director Wayne Belisar be recognized?
Go ahead, Director Belisar, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. So for 4Ps for 2021, the approved NEP is for 4Ps is 115.669 billion, Madam Chair.
Kaya nga, dito po, I join my colleagues who are averse to this 4Ps, katulad ni Representative Shari Antan. Dahil sa lugar namin, ang tinitingnan na lang po ng mga magulang ng mga recipients ng 4Ps, itong kailan ibibigay. Ang una pa nga ibinigay sa kanila ay binili ng karaoke, ng TV. On the other hand, ang indigent senior citizens natin, binibigyan lang natin ng 10 piso bawat meal. Yun na po ba? So here alone, so I can go to another question. I think we should deduct from the 4Ps 23.5 billion nang sana ang indigent senior citizens natin, instead of receiving only 500 pesos per month, ay makakuha ng 1,000 pesos per month. Let me go to another point, Madam Chair. Ano ba ang programa natin para sa senior citizens? Alam mo, nasa pre-departure area na po ito. Kung ang pagkain nila, binabudgetan lang natin ng 10 piso per meal. As I have said, ang itlog lang, 10 piso na eh. Ibig sabihin din sila kakain ng bigas. Ano ba talaga ang programa natin para sa senior citizens? Because, Madam Chair, when I was elected in 2016, ang dami pong mga senior citizens in the 3rd District of Leyte ang walang pensyon, despite the fact that as early as 18 years ago, meron na silang 500 pesos per month na pensyon. Tanong ko po, Madam Chair, paano mo pa ba ito makukuha para maibigay sa kanila from the DSWD?
Yes, kindly respond, Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, may ASIC Glenda be recognized?
Go ahead, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat po, Representative Velasco. So we share the same sentiment po.
Veloso po.
Opo. So we share the same sentiment po. However, nakatali po kami sa sa batas po natin ng senior citizens na hanggang ngayon po ang sinasabi lang po ay hanggang 500 lang po ang po pwede nating ibigay. So matagal na po na isinusulong din naman ng DSWD na sana ma-increasean po ang ating grant for the senior citizens. But for as long as wala pong amendment sa batas, hindi po namin po pwedeng itaas yung stipend na ibinibigay po natin sa mga senior citizens. However, there are other programs of the DSWD that they can avail of. Kung sila po ay nangangailangan, pwede po silang lumapit sa ating mga SWAD offices and field offices for other programs po na naka-entail po sa ating assistance to individual in crisis situation, Madam Chair, Honorable Representative.
Madam Chair, Section 29, Article 6 of the Constitution says, no money shall be spent out of the Treasury unless budgeted by Congress. Meaning, pag binudget po natin, ang General Appropriations Act is a law by itself. Wala namang nagpipigil sa Constitution na dagdagan natin ng 500 pesos na hindi na magkakasya na pagkain ng indigent senior citizen. Kaya panukala ko, bawasan natin ang 4Ps through the General Appropriations Act, idagdag natin doon sa 500 pesos kasi yun po ang kailangan ng panahon. Ano pong sagot na
yes,
Secretary?
Who will answer that question?
May ASIC Glenda be recognized, Madam Chair?
Continue, Asik Glenn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So if there's a specific provision po sa GAA or special provision, then the DSWD will implement po, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat po. That was my last question. I move in due time. Pakiusap ko lang ngayon, kung pwede, bawasan natin ang 4Ps, didiretsuhin ko na 4Ps ng 23.5 billion, idagdag doon sa senior citizens pension by way of special provision in DIGA. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Representative Deloso. Let's call in from the minority, Representative Ferdy Gaite.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Isang magandang gabi. Diretso na po ko sa mga katanungan. Baka mawala ulit ang internet. Ang isang nakikita na nga nating problema ngayon ay yung paano ang personal composition ng mismo ng DSWD. Dahil lumalabas nga ngayon, yung kanilang sinabing figure sa 30,000, a significant number of that are non-regular employees. Kaya nahihirapan sila na kumuha ng mga special disbursement officer dahil by the practice of the Bureau of Treasury, only those who are permanent can be designated SDOs. Pero with special arrangement with the COA, well, hindi ko alam, no? Paano yung nangyari doon. Nevertheless, I will be asking questions regarding the impending devolution as per Executive Order 138 in the supposed implementation of the Mandanas ruling by the Supreme Court. Tanong ko po muna, ano po mga programa ng DSWD ang apektado ng devolution at gaano karaming mga empleyado ang malalagay sa posibleng bingit dahil sa kalagayang madidevolve ang functions ng DSWD, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce Niwani be recognized. She is in virtual, Madam Chair.
Asek Joy Niwani, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and to all. Yes, sir. We are going to devolve around 8 major programs, actually, but services. And these are the assistance to persons with disabilities, comprehensive services for our street children, supplementary feeding, and transition to our programs of older persons to the NCSC, or the National Commission on Senior Citizens, recovery and reintegration program for trafficking persons, sustainable livelihood, and of course, the Kalahi Seeds, and the AIX po. So ito po yung mga i-devolve natin starting 2022. But fortunately po sa 2022, we will be transitioning. We will be working hand in hand with our LGUs to be able to help them see how we will be able to transfer the programs to them. So by 2022, we will just be working with the LGUs. But on the 2023, we will already devolve or scale down some of our programs, and the phasing out of some of our programs like the comprehensive program for street children, our persons with disabilities, and we will be transitioning the programs for older persons to the NCSC, and we will start scaling down the supplementary feeding. So ito pong 4 na to ang mai-devolve natin in 2023. On 2024, we will be, and of 2023 also, we will include AIX as a scaling down. So sa 2023 po, i-scale down na natin ang AIX. It does not mean that AIX will be stopped, but we will now be working hard for our interagency, interregional, international concerns, and of course, cases that are highly controversial or needs a lot of assistance concerning our poor. And on the 2024th, we will be devolving Kalahi Seeds and sustainable livelihood po. So ito pong 8 ito ang ating i-devolve within 3 years po, starting 2022 to 2024. On 2022, there will be less movement for our personnel since we will not be devolving any of our programs on that next year. But we will start devolving only on the 2023rd. So there will be some programs that will, some of our staff will have to be looking for other ways to, we will be able to look for ways and means on how they will be absorbed or how they will be transferred to other agencies, or there will be another option for retirement if they need to or they would like to do that. But for our MOA and CSOs, we have a committee on workforce who will be looking into how our staff will be able to still be able to look for a job within the department or other departments or to our LGUs. So that is the situation of our DPT or Devolution Transition Plan. It is still a draft because we are still finalizing all of this, especially for our personnel po that will be affected. So ito po ang aming situation as of now. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Sec Joyce. Rep Gaite?
Madam Chair, thank you. Hindi ko nasagot, ilan pong empleyado ang affected dun sa 8 programa binanggit from 2022 to 2024? Ilan ang total na mga empleyadong affected by the devolution? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sec Joyce? Sec Joyce, you're recognized.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yes, Chair, we will have around 12,000 who will be affected. And of the 12,000, we have around 6,000 to 7,000 COS and MOAs po. The rest po are permanent personnel, but they will be they will not be forced out of the department. Instead, they could be able to choose from 3 according to the EO 138. They could be able to transfer office in the same department or in the same DSWD, or they could transfer to other departments from other NGAs or the LGU itself, or they could opt for retirement po. Early retirement, for there's a package that it is being crafted by the GSIS po. So yun po ang mangyayari, sir.
Rep Gaite?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am fully aware of what ASEC Jocelyn is explaining regarding the Executive Order 138. Supposed options is to first remain in the agency of the national government agency if there are any items available. Second, within the executive branch for in any vacancy. And third, to be absorbed by the LGU. But that is not an automatic matter because that will still depend on the capacity of the LGU to absorb. So tanong ko lang po, were these plans, gulat ako, no, 12,000 out of 30,000 employees, very significant number. Nakonsulta ba yung union dito, yung DSWD SWEAP, sa binabanggit na Devolution Transition Plan, Madam Chair?
Go ahead, Sec.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce Liwani be recognized again.
Again, Sec Joyce Niwani, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, sir. Actually, we have this committee which was assigned by
please unmute. Sec.
I think, thank you very much, Ma'am Chair. Yes, Ma'am
can you
Chair.
please repeat your
Actually,
answer?
ma'am, yes, ma'am. Actually, our secretary have signed a special order creating the Devolution Transition Committee, and we have a subcommittee called Workforce Committee, wherein the SWEAP or our they are all there. They are part of the team who would be discussing about this problem on our workforce po. So yes, sir, they are involved, sir.
Thank you, Ma'am Chair.
Thank you, ma'am.
From what I garnered as information, hindi naman sila talaga pinag-participate. They were only informed of the plan and only very late in the day. Kaya nga po, you cannot call it even participation in the real sense of the word because hindi talaga sila bahagi ng proseso ng pagpapasya. Kung hindi nabuo na yung plano, without them knowing how it will impact on their lives, on their livelihood, on their work, among others. So marami pala itong binabalak na apektado at even the provisions of Executive Order 138 does not guarantee them that they will be absorbed. Hindi ba malaking injustice ito sa panahon ng pandemya? Marami dito ay mga bata, I understand, no? Matagal na rin sa service yung iba. Kung kaya't sa ganitong kalagayan, walang guarantee na sila ay ma-absorb. Tama mo ba yun, Madam Chair?
Go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce be recognized?
ASEC Joy, you recognize again.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Chair. Actually, sir, the memo for this subcommittee for the Devolution Transition Committee was just recent because we had to wait for the EO 138 and its IRR to be signed by our president. So when it was signed, our secretary already issued the composition of this transition plan committee. And this was only the time that we have to reconstitute all our members. And we have involved the SWAYAP as of now. Ongoing po, sir, ang ating mga consultation with them. In fact, they just had a meeting 2 times already because we were given only 120 days to be able to complete our devolution transition plan. So we have to finish this by end of September po. So kaya po ngayon pa lang talaga po kami nagmi-meet relative to this. Though last year we already started discussing about this and they were also in consultation. We have been calling meetings and they were part of it, sir. But as you have said, sir, we have considered the plight of our workers, especially our MOA workers and our COS. They could be absorbed, sir, in the regular positions that have been approved by DBM. So right now, sir, the hiring is open and they are invited to apply for these positions so that they could
Madam
be
Chair?
absorbed for permanent position po.
Madam Chair, may we know how many permanent positions are available with the DSWD, Madam Chair?
Yes, but before that, I remind Representative Gaite that you have 30 seconds left.
Yes, Madam Chair. I'll
for
be wrapping up.
question. Yes, thank you.
So how
Go
many
ahead.
regular positions are there available with the department, Madam Chair?
Yes, I think ASEC Joy.
Madam
You
Chair,
want-
may Yusek Joe Eric Gabiola be recognized, Madam Chair?
So Yusek Gaviola, you're recognized.
Thank you,
Yusek, yes.
Thank you,
Go
Madam
ahead,
Chair.
Yusek.
Honorable Congressman Gaite.
Opo.
Ang amin pong employees o yung tinatawag nating PS salaried ay meron po tayong 17,087 PS salaried employees, and out of this 3,300 are with regular plantilla. The rest is the contractual. Moreover, we also have 10,191 contract of service employees as of June 30, 2021. This is to augment the 17,000 employees given to us by DBM. Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Gaite.
Madam Chair, I was asking, I think ASEC Jocelyn ba ang nagsabi that para ma-absorb sila, merong vacant permanent positions. I was asking kung based dun sa 12,000 na employees will be affected, how many can be absorbed by the DSWD in their regular positions? As I understand, they will also have to qualify for these positions, which is again another problem because I would believe that not all of them will qualify for those positions. So ang point ko po, Madam Chair, I'm sorry, medyo humaba, but hindi talaga lahat yan. Ang narinig kong information, mga 3,000 lang ang unfilled positions. Pero still, that is an insignificant number to the number of employees who will be affected. Kaya nga po, nakakabahala na sa panahon ngayon, ay ang daming mga nangangailangan ng trabaho. This implementation na hindi pa talaga fully developed, itong devolution transition plan, will cause more problems than solutions. Nababanggit na nung ating mga congressmen na problema yung delivery ng services dahil kulang ng personnel. Now we will devolve this in the local government units who have various priorities. So, Madam Chair, sana po mag-submit ang DSWD nung kanilang buong itong devolution transition plan, and how will it impact on the employees, and how will they assure that these employees affected, whether regular, whether contractual, whether MOA or contract of service, will be assured that they will still be employed even after the devolution has been implemented. Yun na lang po, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Rep. Gaite. So let's move on to the next interpolator. Let me call in Representative Hector Sanchez. Rep. Hector Sanchez. I was told you're already on board.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, Madam Chair, and to our colleagues. First, I would like to congratulate and commend the God Secretary for his a very job well done. Alam po natin na tinamaan tayo ng sunod-sunod na calamities and sunod-sunod na problema, and now pandemic, but the good secretary is still very humble, and he can do his job. First, ma'am, may I know the 121 million pesos that was given to Catanduanes for the abaca farmers? That is given by the National Department of Agriculture through FIDA, but because of the restriction from the agriculture, this was given through the Quick Response Fund last, I think, for the typhoon intended for Catanduanes. May we know to the God Secretary what is the status now of this 121 million?
Yes, go ahead, Sec.
Madam Chair, may the Regional Director of Field Office 5, Director Leo Quintilla, be recognized.
RD5, RD of Region 5, Director
Quintilla, Madam Chair.
Quintilla, you're recognized.
Yes, sir. Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman, actually po, nag-usap na kami ni Congressman Sanchez regarding that, at yung statement na from the Department of Agriculture ay they will look for the records of the DSWD regarding the affected affected abaca farmers in Catanduanes. So the DSWD 5 will coordinate with the FIDA and the DA regarding regarding the state of affected farmers. But for now, we're still waiting. Wala pa po sa atin yung funds, and I understand the role of the DSWD to
in the distribution of SAP assistance and the first and second tranches, which has resulted in excess payment of 112 million pesos for more than 20,000 beneficiaries. On the other hand, field offices like CAR 2, 7, 8, and 11, SAP funds worth 780.7 million was unutilized, essentially denying 139,300 qualified beneficiaries to receive their much needed aid during this COVID-19 pandemic. How do you propose to remedy by the agency to properly identify the beneficiaries, Madam Chair?
Secretary.
Madam Chair, may Director Wayne Belisar be recognized, Madam Chair?
Once again, Wayne, you're recognized. Director Wayne, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor, Congressman Sanchez. So, based on our records, we have gathered this particular COA observation, and basically, Madam Chair, we're continually engaging the COA, and based on coordination with our field offices, out of this 780.712 million, we already have disbursed a total amount of 338 million pesos. And there's a balance of 442.69 million pesos. And this 442.69 million pesos, Your Honor, Madam Chair, 242 million were remitted to the BTR for the reason that there are no more eligible beneficiaries to be paid from these amounts that had been cited by the Commission on Audit. The others have been deposited to our trust fund at the central office in the amount of 154.46 million pesos. And the others are at the trust fund of our field office in the amount of 46.144 million pesos. Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Rep. Hector.
Yes, Madam Chair. Yeah. I think my question was not properly answered because my question is how you're going to remedy this beneficiaries which were not properly identified. I'm not questioning the how do you spend the money, which the 338 and the balance is 442. It's just, we really understand your situation because sabi nga, ang nanganganay talagang mahirap. It's a birth pain, which lahat po mag-a-adjust. But yun nga ang representante pong ito nagtatanong para ho hindi masayang itong perang like na balancing 442 million. You got my question po?
Yeah, go ahead, Sec
Madam-
Bautista.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Grenda Relova be recognized for the rejoinder, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Sec Relova, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As to the determination of beneficiaries po, so ito pong COA observation po na ito ay nakipag-coordinate kami sa ating mga field offices in order to validate po itong mga claims. At isa po sa ilan po sa mga kadahilanan kung bakit po merong portion of 442 million po na sinasabi is meron po tayong sa pagsasagawa ng ating validasyon, may nakita po tayo na ilan na nakalista ay ineligible na po or hindi po talaga karapat-dapat na maka-receive na. May mga pamilya din naman pong voluntaryo din na nagbalik ng kanilang emergency subsidy grants kasi kung matatandaan po natin, it was during the second tranche po ng ating SAP. Nagkaroon tayo ng pagbangga ng mga databases coming from the DA, DOLE, SSS. So some of the beneficiaries may kapamilya na po sila na naka-receive. So therefore, they are not entitled dahil ang atin pong mekanismo ay pampamilya. Hindi po ito pang individual. So ito po yung tinatawag natin na mga duplicates. So ito po ay binalidate po natin at nakakasigurado naman po tayo na talagang ine-exert po ng DSWD ang lahat ng effort para po talaga mabigyan po ang lahat ng eligible beneficiaries. So we were given by COA to answer this observation until end of September of 2021, Madam Chair. So we will provide po yung output po namin, Madam Chair.
So,
Thank you.
Rep. Hector,
Yes,
Are you
thank you,
satisfied
Madam
with the
Chair.
response?
May I request
you
for
only
a
have 30
record?
seconds left, so
Yes,
kindly
Madam
wind
Chair.
down.
May I request for the record to furnish this committee, Madam Chair. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So let us move on and go to the minority. Representative Janet Garin. So we call in Representative Stella Kimbo of the minority. Kong Stella. Congresswoman Stella. Yeah.
I'm here.
You're recognized. Good evening.
Salamat po. Good evening po sa lahat. Madam Chair, my questions are follow-up to DSBH's questions earlier. So kanina po, Madam Chair, nabanggit na ang unobligated from the 2020 appropriations is about 9.1 billion as of end July. Pwede po bang malaman kung magkano naman yung unobligated out of the 2021 appropriations as of end July as well?
Yes. Who will answer that? Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, may Director Belisar be recognized.
Okay, Director Wayne, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So for the current appropriation as of July 31, our unobligated balance, Madam Chair, out of the 174.718 is 109.747. With an obligation rate of 37.19, Madam Chair.
Okay, so sir, lumalabas na about 118 billion ang total unobligated as of end July. So napakalaking pera. Actually, Madam Chair, nakakalungkot kasi tayo po sa Kongreso, pinasa po natin ang Bayanihan 3, pero wala po tayong nakukuhang support from the economic managers. Lagi pong sinasabi sa atin, ubos na daw ang pondo sa gobyerno. So ngayon lang po natin nalalaman na ang dami palang natitirang pondo, no? As we proceed with the budget hearings, dito na lang po, in a single agency alone, meron ng 118 na unobligated as of today. So, lumalabas po dito na isang programa na merong malaking unexpended balances is AIX. And as you said, 19.9 billion ang natira as of end July. Can you confirm, Yusek, that as of end June, ang natira po from AIX is about 22 billion. Tama ba? In which case, from end June to end July of this year, you have increased spending by 1 billion pesos, more or less.
Go ahead, Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, may Director Velisar be recognized?
Director Wayne, please respond to the question of Constella.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. So as of June 30, for the protective services for individuals and families in difficult circumstances, the balance was 19.589 billion. As of July 31, 2021, this particular PEP has a balance of 18.8 billion pesos, or more or less about a billion decrease, Madam Chair.
Okay, so you're confirming that in a single month, nakapag-spend po kayo ng 1 billion. Tama?
Go ahead, Director Wayne.
That is correct, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
So if we follow that rate of spending, so may natitira pang how many more months? Merong September, October, November, December. Meron pang additional 4 months until the end of the year, in which case, meron sigurong additional 4 billion ang magagastos, in which case, ang projected balance po natin by the end of the year is about 15.9 billion. Tama po ba? This is of course assuming that all things remain the same. Ibig sabihin, yung dami ng disbursing officers, yung logistics natin, yung sistema, etc. Ganun pa rin. Is that a reasonable expectation, Director?
Go ahead, Director Wayne.
Madam Chair, may
go ahead.
Director Ongoko be recognized?
Okay, so let's call in Attorney Ongoko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To answer the question of Honorable Congresswoman Kimbo, yes, that is a reasonable expectation. However, we would like to inform the body that as of date, we are able to provide assistance to 1.7 million individuals or families for the assistance to individuals in crisis situation, giving a total of 2.8 million of count of assistance. So even though we still have the budget, it is evident that there are lots of people who are needing the help of the department, and we are providing assistance. Specifically for medical assistance, most of them are those who are affected by COVID-19. The burial assistance that we provide. In fact, one of our catch-up plan is to strengthen our partnership with our medical and our burial partners. Also, given that it is already the second semester, we are intensifying the provision of our educational assistance. As we have mentioned during our previous budget hearing, we intend to be more proactive in providing the assistance. Despite the challenges that we encounter, especially because of COVID-19, DSWD is able to provide assistance. In fact, we already provided to 101% of the target for 2021. Thank you, Your Honor.
Rep. Stella?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. We don't dispute the hard work that the DSWD is doing and the many kababayans that they are helping. We do not dispute that. But again, the problem that is before us is how do we spend 15.9 billion pesos at the rate we are going? Ilan po ba ang disbursing officers po natin sa buong bansa?
Go ahead, Secretary. Do you have a record of the total numbers disbursing officers or providers?
Madam Chair, with your permission, could we just submit the data? At present, we do not have it right now, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, ang gusto ko sanang punto dito is alamin, di ba? Kasi gusto natin malaman if sapat ba ang ating manpower. Kasi mukhang yan ang lumalabas na bottleneck. So ang hirap naman po, Madam Chair, kahit na yung general, hindi po niya alam kung ilan ang sundalo po niya sa digmaan, di ba? So can the good secretary submit that number as soon as possible? And my next question, Madam Chair, is magkano po ba ang average payout for AIX? Like on the average, no, magkano ang natatanggap ng isang beneficiary mula sa AIX?
Yes, Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, may Director Ongoko be recognized.
Yes, go ahead, Attorney Katrina.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ang average po na natatanggap ng isang beneficiary ay magdedepend sa pangangailangan po ng beneficiary. Depende po ito sa assessment ng social worker. Depende rin po ito sa kanyang family status, family composition. So all in all, ang pangangailangan po ng isang beneficiaryo kung medical, burial, educational, transportasyon, even yung pong other cash assistance namin, depende po iyon kung ano po ang impact sa isang tao ng isang kalamidad o isang crisis. Halimbawa po dito, kapag po ang isang tao affected ng COVID-19, maaaring ang kanya pong bill ay nasa 3 million. Nakakapagbigay po kami ng as much as 150,000 pesos through guarantee letter. Kapag naman po ang isang tao ay nangangailangan ng burial assistance, we can give as much as 25,000 pesos through guarantee letter. Gayon din po kapag ang kailangan lang ng isang tao ay pambili ng gamot, maaari po kami makapagbigay, depende po sa nakalagay sa reseta, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Kapag naman po food assistance, maaari po kami makapagbigay, depende rin po kung ilan po ang family composition, at maaari po kami makapagbigay as much as 10,000 in cash. So yun po yung mga range ng aming mga assistance po.
Madam Chair, ang hinihingi ko po hindi range, kundi average. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa po sa isang taon, ano yung total na payouts ng AIX, i-divide po natin yan sa number of beneficiaries. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng average. Simple definition lang po.
Go ahead, Attorney Katrina.
Opo. Opo. Your Honor, ang aming average payout po sa isang araw, meron kaming 2 to 3 payouts a day at nagre-range kami ng 1,000 to 2,000 na mga tao sa isang araw. Ang kadalasan po namin na ibibigay, nagre-range po sa 3 to 5,000 pesos po. Depende po sa pangangailangan ng aming mga beneficiaries.
It's somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 pesos.
Yes, Your Honor.
So 3,000 to 5,000 pesos, sabihin natin 4,000 pesos. And ang sabi ninyo, yung beneficiaries, target beneficiaries ninyo is 1.7 million. Tama po? That's
Madam
what,
Chair, if I may respond,
Go
yes
ahead.
po, the Congresswoman is correct.
so 4,000 times 1.7 million, that's 6.8 billion. So, I don't understand, Madam Chair. Paano mo talaga yung pera kung base sa plano ninyo, base sa target ninyo, talagang 6.9 billion lang talaga ang binabalak po ninyong gastusin. Baka ang ibig sabihin po noon, pati yung logistics ng programa, yung dami ng manpower, etc., nakabase sa isang payout scale na may halagang 6.89 billion lamang. So, ano pong paliwanag dyan, Madam Chair?
Yes, before the answer, may I remind Congresswoman Stella, you have 30 seconds left. Go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may Director Ongoko be recognized.
Attorney Ongoko, go ahead.
Yes, Madam Chair. Yung pong aming binigay na figure, yung 3,000 to 5,000 pesos, yun po yung average na binibigay. Ngunit as mentioned a while ago po, meron pong mga instances. To be specific, marami po ang amin ngayon na tinutulungan sa pamamagitan po ng medical assistance. So ang medical assistance po ay nagre-range sa hanggang 150,000 pesos. Karamihan po ngayon ng aming nabibigyan ng assistance ay medical. Sa totoo lamang po, base po sa aming records, meron po kaming 375,000 na medical. Dito po, pag medical po ang pinag-uusapan, mataas-taas po ang aming nabibigay. Ang range po ay siguro umaabot ng 10,000 kapag po cash assistance and 150,000 po kapag po medical. So, depende po ito sa uri ng assistance na naibibigay at hihingin sa amin. Yun po ang aming explanation po. Maraming salamat.
Madam Chair, pasensya na po, but I find the explanation not very satisfactory. Kasi ang ibig sabihin nun, for the same number of beneficiaries, lalakihan nyo na lang ang pwedeng maibigay. Which is, sa totoo lang, ngayon po pandemya eh. So napakarami po ng mga kababayan natin ang talagang hirap na hirap. So, para sa akin, para magamit natin ng mabuti, yung natitira pong how much? 9.9 billion pesos. Dapat po dyan, palawakin po natin ang number of beneficiaries. And that's the reason for why we need to know kung ilan po ang disbursing officers ang nasa ground. Kasi the other thing that we can do, nabanggit po kanina, Madam Chair, ang isang problema is yung willingness ng ating disbursing officers to handle huge amounts of cash. Baka naman po kulang sa special risk allowance ang ating mga disbursing officers. Yan na lang po sana ang aking last question, Madam Chair. May plano po ba para bigyan ng some kind of a special risk allowance ang ating disbursing officers o di kaya po life insurance para naman po magkaroon po ng mas panatag na loob ang ating disbursing officers when they go to the field and do the payouts, Madam Chair?
Thank you very much, Constella. Sec Bautista.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Glenda Relova be recognized?
Go ahead, Sec Relova.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Representative Kimbo. Tama po yung observation ni Kong Kimbo na historically talaga maliit lang ang fund ng AIX natin, and it grow from last year na 8 billion, ngayon po is 23. However, the amount of manpower of the DSWD have increased very little po. So kaya nga po, isa po sa catch-up plan ng DSWD is to hire more people po to compensate for the increase in the allocation, as well as to increase also yung mga capacity po ng ating SDOs, like yung pag-increase ng bands po nila, in order for us to step up at ma-revise po natin yung atin po mga payout scheme, Madam Chair. So we recognize this and we have catch-up plan for this. Regarding the special risk allowance, we have been pushing po sana that there's a special provision for the DSWD to have the special risk allowance. However, ang binigyan lang po ay healthcare worker. So kami po na mga frontline worker ay wala. So we would appreciate it if this August body will also include the frontline workers of DSWD for the special risk allowance. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair and Honorable Stella Kimbo.
Madam Chair, huling hirit na lang po, mag-ex-deal na lang po tayo. Pag isubmit po sa atin ni Yusek Glenda yung catch-up plan detailing po the number of disbursing officers and then the average payout, etc. Pag maibigay po yung details na yan, papromise ko po, ipupush ko personally po yung special risk allowance para sa DSWD workers po. Thank you po, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. And I want a commitment also of DSWD dun sa hinihingi ni Congresswoman Stella Kimbo.
Yes, Madam Chair. We will
yes.
submit the requirements of the Honorable Representative Stella Kimbo, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's call in Representative Mark Go from the majority. Representative Mark Go.
Yes, Madam Chair, magandang gabi po. To our resource persons of the Department of Social Services, Secretary Bautista and his team, sa ating mga kasama sa Kongreso, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Unang-una po, gusto ko pong magpasalamat sa DSWD, lalong-lalo na po nung nandito si Regional Director Leo Quintilla at ang aming pong bagong Director si Arnel Garcia. Marami pong salamat sa kanilang tulong sa aming pong mga kababayan dito sa lungsod ng Baguio. Una pong tanong ko, Mr. Secretary, dito po sa mga binibigay natin sa mga 4Ps, ito pong 2021, ang budget po natin is 105 billion. And this year, ang proposal po na na-approve sa NEP is 115 billion. Ang ibig sabihin po nito, nag-increase ng 10 billion ang budget natin sa 4Ps. Ang tanong ko po, dumami po ba ang mga sumama o sinama natin sa programang ito from 2021 and pagdating ng 2022? Mr. Secretary, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, may Director Gemma Gabuya be recognized? She is in virtual, Madam Chair.
Yes, Director Gabuya, Gemma Gabuya, please, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, Your Honors. So for the 4Ps, we maintain the 4.4 target beneficiaries. Hindi po ito dumagdag. Ang nangyari po kasi, Madam Chair, noong 2021, nag-slash po ang budget ng 8 billion. So, noong 2021, ang proposal din namin is around 115 billion. Kaya lang in-slash po ng 2021. So, mabuti na lang po na mayroon tayong continuing fund noong 2020. So, kahit papano nasagot po yung kakulangan ng 2021. So to 2022 talagang tamang-tama lang po yung sa target beneficiaries natin na 4.4 as indicated in our Philippine Development Plan. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you po. Ito pong 115 billion is basically what you said is your budget for 2021. But because it was sliced, kaya pinagkasen nyo yung 105 billion for 2021. Tama po ba yun?
Yes.
Madam Chair? Ngayon po, sa inyo pong pag-aanalisa, matagal na po itong 4Ps program natin. Bago po ang pandemya, did you see an improvement in the quality of life of our people who are members of the 4Ps? Meron po bang kalidad na pagbabago sa kanilang buhay nang tayo po ay nagbibigay ng suporta monthly sa ating mga kasapi ng 4Ps? Madam Chair.
Go ahead. Would you like Secretary for Director Gemma to respond to that query? Go ahead, Director Gemma.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, actually, malaki rin ang impact ng ating pandemic doon sa 4Ps considering na sila po talaga yung masasabi nating mahihirap at vulnerable sector. So, ang nakita po namin, what we did is to really ensure na lang po na masustain yung kanilang situation, hindi po sila bumaba o talagang mas maging mahirap dahil maintain naman po ang pagbigay ng kanilang cash grants at nadagdagan pa po doon sa ating SAP amelioration kasi sila rin po ay priority na nabigyan po ng ating social amelioration program.
Thank you po. Thank you po, Director Gemma. Isa pa pong tanong, ilan po ba yung mga approved plantilla positions ng DSWD? Madam Chair, Director Gemma.
Go ahead, DSWD, Sec.
Madam Chair, may Yusek Joer Gaviola be recognized, Madam Chair.
Yusek Gaviola, you're recognized.
Yes, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. Sa data po natin ngayon na as of June 30, ang ating pong plantilla o ang pinapasweldo natin ng galing sa personal services ay 17,087 po.
Okay.
Kaya po ang pinagkaloob sa atin ng Department of Budget and Management.
Ito pong 17,087 na approved na plantilla, ilan po yung mga unfilled positions dito? Madam Chair, Honorable Resource Person.
Yes, I think Director Wayne or
Yusek Gaviola, Madam Chair.
Yusek Gaviola. You're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. Sa ngayon po, meron po tayong 16,169 na actual filled up or 95% of the given plantilla to us.
Ito pong unfilled positions na ito, Madam Chair, na 16,169, meron po ba kayong plano na i-fill up ito ngayong 2022? Kasi kung hindi nyo ma-fill up ito, ang ibig sabihin niyan, malaki ang savings ninyo sa PS. Kasi 16,000 po yan, 169. Yusek Gabiola, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Yusek Gabiola.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Honorable Congressman Go. Akin lang po sanang i-clarify na yung 16,000 po, ayan po ang napilapan namin. At kung ibabawas natin yan sa plantilla, meron lang po tayong 918 na ating pong pilit ngayon na pinipilapan at ongoing pa rin po ang ating pag-fill up nito.
So yung pong 16,000 na pilapan na ninyo, ang remaining na lang ay hindi nyo na pilapan ay 918. Dito po sa mga job orders at saka mga COS, ilan po ang mga ito na nandyan sa DSWD ngayon? Madam Chair, Yusek Gabiola.
Again, Yusek Gabiola, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. Ang ating pong contract of service at isama na rin po natin ang ating mga job orders, meron po tayong 10,191 sa buong departamento, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman.
Doon po sa ipinalabas na guideline ng Commission on Civil Service, meron po tayong mandato na kailangan gumawa tayo ng paraan para regularize natin itong ating mga COS o kaya mga job orders. Kayo po ba may planong gawin ito? At kung meron, ano po ang timetable ninyo para maigawa po natin itong ganitong pag-regular ng ating mga COS at saka mga job orders?
Yes, please be reminded, Representative Go, you only have 30 seconds left. Secretary Bautista.
May Yusek Gabiola be recognized again, Madam Chair.
Secretary Yusek Gabiola, you're recognized.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. Sa katunayan po, ang aming departamento ay nagpapasalamat sa Kongreso dahil sa ating pong pagpupursige mula pa po noong 2019, ay napagkalooban po kami ng additional 3,000 plus na plantilla. At ito po ay aming unti-unti na ngayon napipilapan. Ang nagbe-benefit po rito or ang priority po namin ay yung mga contract service na matagal na rin po sa amin. Kaya salamat po sa inyong pagtulong at nagkaroon kami ng ganitong additional plantilla. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang aming request sa DBM upang mas marami pong ma-accommodate ng mga contract of service dito sa aming departamento. At talaga pong kailangan din namin ang permanent plantilla dahil po sa lumalaki ang na ipagkaloob sa aming gagampanan naming trabaho, Congressman.
Yes, thank you very much, Yusek Gabiola. Isang tanong na lang po related po dito sa COS at saka mga job orders. Kayo po ba ay itong budget na gusto nyong ipasa namin dito sa Kongreso for 2022, do you plan to regularize itong mga remaining or a part of the job orders and COS? At kung meron po, mga ilan po ang pinaplano ninyo na isinaman nyo ngayon sa budget ninyo na 191 billion 399 761 na budget po ninyo?
Yusek Gabiola.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. ang naipagkaloob po na PS sa amin for 2022 NEP is 9.2 billion, which covers the personal services requirement of our current plantilla of 17,087. Ngunit kung mapagkakalooban pa po tayo ng additional plantilla, ay sa tingin ko naman po sa tulong na rin ng Kongreso ay madadagdagan po ang ating PS requirement. Amin lang pong inihiling din na habang wala pa po itong plantilla na to, ay pagpapatuloy din namin mag-hire ng mga contract of service at kukunin po namin to sa aming MOE.
Opo. Dito po sa last na lang po ito, ma'am, Madam Chair. Ito pong inihingi po ninyo, kung kayo po ay tatanungin ko ngayon, kung ilan po ang gusto niyong ibigay ng Kongreso sa inyo na masama doon sa plantilla positions ninyo. Mga ilan po yan. At ito pong representasyong ito, pagdating po ng discussion natin sa plenaryo, susuportahan ko po yan na maging regular ang mga gusto nyong irekomenda na numero dito po sa Department of Social Welfare and Development. Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.
Yes,
Yusek
go ahead. Yusek Gaviola.
Gaviola, yeah.
Anong wish list niyo?
Thank you, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Go. Ang amin pong datos ngayon ay nagkaroon po kami ng 13,500 contract of service. At kung ayan po may pagkakaloob sa amin, ay malaki pong pasasalamat ang aming tatanawin sa Kongreso para sa kabutihan ng aming pong departamento at ang aming mga current contract of service personnel. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you
Madam
very much,
Chair.
Representative Mark.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. At ulitin ko po ang aking pasasalamat sa Department of Social Welfare and Development, lalong-lalo na po yung regional office dito sa CAR. Napakaganda po ng kanilang performance dito. Saludo po tayo sa kanila. Kaya tutulungan po natin na madagdagan yung kanilang mga plantilla position pagdating po ng tamang oras sa ating deliberasyon. So again, magandang gabi po at maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. And the next interpolator is Representative Bonito Singson.
Thank you, Madam.
Yes, good evening po.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening to everyone. I know everyone is medyo pagod na siguro ngayon and gutom, but nevertheless, the importance of our meeting is takes precedence. For my first question, Madam Chair, it has been manifested earlier that the DSWD has a low utilization of DSW funds for the previous years. Am I correct, Madam Chair? Relatively speaking,
Secretary Bautista? Can you please confirm regarding the low utilization of your funds?
Yes, Madam Chair.
By what percentage, say out of 100% allocated or budgeted to your agency, what was your utilization for the year 2020 and 2021? Karen.
Yes, who can answer that, Secretary?
Madam Chair, may Director Velisar be recognized?
Once again, I recognize Director Wayne Belizar.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. So for our utilization rate for fiscal year 2020, we have performed at 91.76 utilization rate. And for 2021, as of July, we have utilization rate of, for the current appropriation, 36.54, continuing appropriation 69.6, for an average of 41.31%. Madam Chair, Your Honor.
That is relative to the time frame. We're now in August, Madam Chair. So let's say out of 100% for 1 year, so for August, you should be at what, 70%?
What is your assumption, Secretary?
Madam Chair, may Director Belisar be recognized?
Director Belizar?
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. So using the rule of thumb, more or less, the utilization rate for August, July, would be about 60 to 65%, Madam Chair.
Sorry, ang tinatanong ata is August, no? Am I correct?
Well, January to August, Madam Chair, no?
Yes, January to August.
January to August, Madam Chair, more or less 70% by the rule of thumb.
70%. Okay. Since more or less in June yung utilization nyo for this year, no? Am I correct in saying, do you still stockpile a lot of so-called relief goods in various warehouses for immediate response to disasters if and when they occur?
Go ahead, Secretary.
Madam Chair, may Yusek Fel Bujongan be recognized?
Yusek Bajongan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you,
Go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, Your Honor. We are still stockpiling our relief goods in the field offices and also in areas which are geographically isolated and island provinces, so that mas madali po yung ating intervention, pagpapadala ng necessary relief goods doon sa mga affected families ng disasters, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Would you, Madam Chair, would you have a more or less idea on the value of this, the value of the inventories of stockpiled relief goods all over the Philippines by the DSWD?
Yusek Bajongan, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. For the National Resource Operation Center, we are stockpiling about 100,000 family food packs. That's about 70 million plus. And for the Visayas Disaster Resource Center doon sa Cebu, which will cater to the Visayas Island field offices, we are authorizing the stockpiling of 50,000 family food packs. That's about 35 to 40 million equivalent amount. And for every field office po, we are stockpiling 20,000 family food packs.
So on a nationwide basis, Madam Chair, the total value of the stockpiled emergency relief goods would be about how much?
Magkano, Yusek?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, I do not have the actual amount because the procurement of the field offices are in their localities. So there is some differences on the pricing. So may I request, Madam Chair, that we will submit the appropriate document being asked, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
But Madam Chair, it was just mentioned that they have authorized the field offices to purchase and stockpile on these goods based on their particular needs. What I'm asking is on the national level, no? How much have you authorized for these offices, including the national office, for the stockpiling of goods that may be used during disasters and calamities, and currently in inventory?
Yusek Bajongan?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do not have the amount, Madam Chair, but we have the number of family food packs. I could not give the exact amount because of the different pricing in the procurement of such in the field offices. But
What,
The particular
sorry.
prices,
Yes, what Representative Singson wants to know is the ball figure, like for example, in Region 1 or NCR, Region 2, how much is more or less the ball figure of amount that they can purchase, no? Yung bali, yung capability nila, ano yung amount, no, that they can procure.
yes,
For
and management, good management practices, Madam Chair, would dictate that since they have representatives all over the country, all they need to ask is for suggestions based on population, based on occurrence of calamities. There are some areas which are prone to really calamities. Of course, we never know when, no? But still, based on population, there are areas that are more known to be hit with storms 10 times a year. So based on all these past experiences, I'm sure you must have collated enough data to make some sort of a very, very more or less accurate projection on what to prepare so that we can save a lot of our kababayans and or not let them go hungry when the time comes. So do you have that plan? And what I'm asking lang is the total amount that you have used, or in the total value of these stock up materials ready for response, if ever you have such goods.
Yes, Yusek Budjongan.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, we are downloading standby fund for every field office, the amount of 5 million pesos para magamit kaagad nila in times of disaster, para mabilis po yung pagbigay ng mga relief goods, and they are procuring this in the respective localities, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
From what I understand from previous operations of the DSWD, Madam Chairman, is they prepare in advance certain items, no, and reposition this strategically all over the Philippines. And I'm asking the value of the goods that are being maintained, repositioned strategically, so that the providing this assistance by the DSWD is immediate. Hindi yung magpapadala pa sila ng tao sa grocery para mamili kung kailan kakatapos lang yung disaster, magpapadala pa ng pera. I'm from what I know, they're supposed to be maintaining certain inventories of certain goods that are known to be like first response goods.
Go ahead, Yusek Budjongan.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. Approximately, Madam Chair, Your Honor, we are allocating 80 million pesos doon sa ating mga field offices. While dito naman sa central office, we are procuring as much as 100,000 family food packs, which is about 75 million pesos, Your Honor.
Okay. So these are being bought and stocked up in strategic places. Am I correct, Madam Chair?
Go ahead, Yusek Budjongan.
Yes, Madam Chair, Your Honor, these are being strategically located in the field offices and in geographically isolated and disadvantaged area, and even in the island provinces, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
A true question, Madam Chair, is if and when these goods are not utilized, presuming wala tayong bagyo, wala tayong disaster, what happens to these goods?
Go ahead, Yusek.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. hindi po ito nagamit, yung ating mga family food packs and other relief items, ito po ay before 3 months before siya mag-expire, ay pinagbibigay po natin ito as food for work doon sa mga areas na nangailangan ito. And the rest are given to our centers para magamit ng ating mga kliyente doon sa ating mga centers, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Okay, Madam Chair, di ba sabi niya before they expire? That means they must have an accurate record of these goods and their expiry dates. You have a complete inventory of these goods, I presume. No? Yes?
Go ahead, Yusek.
Yusek?
Yes, Madam Chair, Your Honor, that's part of the inventory management, that we should know when is the expiry date of these family food packs para hindi naman ito basira at mawalang saysay, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
So we've established the values and then the quantities. I mean, that there are expiration dates. Madam Chair, may I request for a complete listing of all these emergency materials that are being stocked by the DSWD currently. Let's say for up to for the current month, no, from January to for the current year, from January to August, complete list and their locations, complete list of the items and values. I just want to validate all the statements made now, Madam, no? And then so of course so that we can also download to our local LGUs that there are these items that are available for use during disasters. No, we know where to access them, Madam Chair.
Yes, Representative Sison, you have used up your 30 seconds remaining.
Yes, Madam.
Time.
So I'll
So
make it.
kindly wind down and make your final question.
Yes. So can we get a commitment from them, Madam Chair, to give us these listings, complete list of inventories?
Yes, Yusek Budongan.
Yes, Madam Chair, we will submit ASAP the required document by Honorable Congressman Singson, Madam Chair.
Now, in relation to those that sabi nyo para hindi mag-expire, I'm sure you've experienced some expirations before, no? Or near expirations. Have you been, did you consider or have you been doing this? Do you give these goods to indigents? Since you have identified our indigents, no? Whom the DSWD squad, do you distribute this as well to indigents?
Go ahead, Yusek.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. Yes, Madam Chair, may mga request from the local government units for augmentation, and this will be validated by the field offices. And when there is really a need, then the field office will now distribute the necessary relief goods, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, because from reports that we've been getting, and then of course considering that our poverty incidence is very high, no, and some of these goods being stocked up by the DSWD sometimes are expired instead of being distributed for indigents to be utilized properly, no. My last question, Madam Chair, how many senior citizens does the DSWD know? Do you have an inventory of senior citizens?
Thank you very much for that last question, Representative Singson, and Secretary, who's going to answer that question.
Madam Chair, may Director Wilma Nabiamos be recognized?
Yusek Wilma.
Director Nabiamos, Madam Chair.
Director Wilma Nabiamos, go ahead.
Okay, good evening po, Madam Chair and Congressman Singson. For 2020, we are serving from the SOCPEN list the 3.8 million senior citizen beneficiaries po. For 2021, we will have to increase it to 4.2 million, Madam Chair.
Okay, last question relative to the senior citizens, Madam Chair, no? So the benefits that we were discussing earlier, no? Considering the number that have been mentioned now, the numbers of one, I want to know how much is being spent by the DSWD for benefits of the DSI for the senior citizens. Can I get a list of an accounting of that as well, Madam Chair? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you very much. Kindly answer, Director Wilma Navianos.
Yes po, Madam Chair, Congressman Singson, we will provide you with the amount and submit this report to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you po.
Okay, kindly submit the requested data to Representative Singson as well as to the Committee on Appropriations. Let me call in DSDV Savillano. Deputy Speaker DV Savillano.
Yeah.
Yes. Magandang gabi po. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay na po?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you
Good evening,
now.
Madam Chair, Secretary and the DSWD family, to my colleagues, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Since everyone's talking about the unused funds, pwede po ba malaman kung ilan ng unused funds ng Region 1?
Secretary, who will respond to that?
Madam Chair, may Regional Director of Field Office 1, Angela Gopalan, be recognized?
Yes, Regional Director of Field
Utilization natin.
Regional Director.
Gopalan, Madam Chair.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Angela, go ahead.
Opo. Madam Chair, the utilization rate of the Region 1 last year was 98%. And we had our continuing funds amounting to, what you call this, our continuing funds as of June is already at less than 100,000. Okay, so less than 100,000 pesos, sir.
Ang bilis pala namin sa Region 1, ha? Pwede bang yung mga unused funds yun dalhin sa sa Region 1 para tulungan namin kayong gumastos?
Go ahead,
Mr. Secretary, can you download some funds to Region 1? Malapit na kami maubos eh. Ang laki-laki ng pondong di nyo kayang ubusin.
Okay, Secretary, would you like to respond to that?
Madam Chair, we will look into the request of the Honorable Representative Savillano. Apparently, ang ginagawa po namin dyan, particularly on AIX, if in case wala na sila or short na po yung kanilang pondo for distribution, they make the necessary request po sa central office. And most of the time, we provide additional or augment budget for AIX, Madam Chair, to any field office na magre-request po, Madam Chair.
So mga Regional Director, narinig mo yon, kaagad-agad mag-request na tayo kay Secretary kasi konti na lang po yung namin, yung allocation, and malaki po yung unused nyo. So my next question, Mr. Secretary, is there are some towns and we have so many barangays na malalockdown na po sa district ko lang. We have, I think, 6 municipalities na talagang grabe. So ano po yung may tutulong nyo sa DSWD? Aside sa allocation namin, from the national government.
Madam Chair, may ASIC Relova be recognized?
Go ahead, ASIC Relova.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So currently, the IATF is going to release the omnibus guidelines on the localized or granular lockdowns. And subsequent to that, meron din po dun specific section is pag nag-lockdown po ang isang area, so ang DSWD po will augment dito po sa ating mga local government units. So it will be a co-sharing po. So once a specific area will be locked down, the first 7 days of the lockdown will be shouldered by the LGU. And then after that, 8 to 14 days will be shouldered by the national government agencies, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, what happens if the LGU doesn't have funds already?
Go ahead, Yusek.
So that's why I'm saying ano yung may tutulong ng national. Kasi automatic na yung yung mga LGUs natin nagagalaw sila, but from the national government, ano yung pwede nating itulong sa mga barangays natin?
Go ahead, Glenn. Glenn.
Yes, Madam Chair and Honorable Congressman. So there's a specific guidelines din po which will be released by the Department of Interior and Local Government. Relevant po sa paggamit po ng ating mga LGU ng kanila pong quick response fund din po. At on the part po ng sa amin po sa DSWD, we will be providing food packs po for the
Yun lang ako pa gusto ko marinig, because if you're going to tell us na yung LGU pa, ay matatagalan po tayo niyan. Kaagad-agad kung kailangan ng mga tao. So, not only food packs, pwede po yung mga PPEs natin, yung mga medicines, because that's what they need. Yung mga areas na ang dami kasing kaso, yung mga yung mga vitamin C, ganon. So kaya para matulungan natin yung mga families or individual na suspect to have a COVID.
Go ahead, Yusek Ulova.
Yes, Madam Chair. So specific guidelines po para doon will also be released by the DOH po as to their counterpart po.
Madam, wag na.
Kasi hindi po kami pwedeng mag-purchase ng medicine. Wala po sa mandate ng DSWD. However, we can provide po assistance to individual in crisis.
Yes, please.
Through through AIX or financial.
AIX na lang. So ganun na lang po gawin natin, because if you're going to ask other agencies, matatagalan po tayo, matatapos na lockdown, matatapos na lahat, wala pa mangyayari. So bilisan lang po natin yung pagbigay. Another thing, Madam Chair, parang nakakalungkot yata na by next year wala nang program for the PWD. You mentioned kanina na because of the mandanas.
Go ahead, Secretary Bautista, would you like to respond to that?
Yeah. Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce Niwani be recognized?
ASEC Joyce Niwani. ASEC Niwani.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you very
go
much,
ahead.
Madam. Yes, Chair. No, sir. On 2022, all the programs will still be with the DSWD. However, on the 2023, yes po, PWD services
Kaya nga,
will be already.
nagkamali lang siguro ko, but still, Madam Chair, pagtatanggalin natin yung mga tulong natin sa PWD, sa tingin ko, kakaawa yan. Kasi ako, isasuggest ko nga sana, Madam Chair, na yung tulong natin sa PWD, dapat doble. Doble yung ayuda nila, doble yung mga benefits nila. Kasi talaga mahirap ang PWD. You have to consider that. At pag i-download natin yan, paano kung yung LGU hindi nila hindi nila priority ang mga yan? Ano mangyari? So it still should be a national program para matutukan sila. Kasi kawawa talaga sila. Paano pag di nila binoto yung mayor, di wala na yung PWD?
Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Joyce Niwani expound.
Go ahead,
Madam Chair.
ASEC Joyce.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, actually, sir, the program will still be with the department. We will still be doing technical assistance, and we still have resource augmentation. However, for the resource augmentation, this has already some parameters that the department will have to craft so that we could still be able to assist some of our PWDs. However, sir, we also have the NCDA who will be working with us. So since this is one of the programs or services under Section 17 of the Local Government Code, it is very clear that DBM has advised us, as well as the guidance of the ILG, that we can no longer be able to implement or provide services to programs that are under this section, sir. So
Madam
that is where we
Chair?
are limited right now po.
Madam Chair?
However, we still, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
Kasi this morning we had the hearing with Senator Aimee. Sinabi niya, DBM keep inflicting full devolution regarding Mandana's ruling. There is no place in the Mandana's ruling that states that full devolution must be executed in 2022. Saan nakuha ng DBM ito? At pinapasala tayong different departments at tayo na lang lahat. So yun hong dapat tingnan natin na pag-usapan kasi lahat kasi narinig ko nga sa mga hearings natin, laging Mandanas. So ano ba talaga? So anyway, that's not my question, Madam Chair. I'm just conveying what the good senator mentioned a while ago. Ang isang ano ko pa, Madam Chair, tawag nito, yung sa NCIP naman. Ano po yung mga livelihood programs nyo?
Okay, can we, Secretary Bautista, NCIP, programs of NCIP.
Madam Chair, may Chairman Allen Capuyan of NCIP be recognized? Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Director Allen Capuyan.
Yes, your Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead, Chairman. Anong mga project niyo sa NCIP?
Livelihood na kasi may mga scholarship sila, etc. Pero sa livelihood, anong livelihood programs?
Yes, Madam Chair, we have livelihood in the commission, but very, very limited. This is widely distributed also to the different regions all over the country. We have livelihood pertaining to agriculture. Actually, it is mostly agriculture. But I can go into the details, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
So, Madam Chair, how much is allocated for livelihood for the NCIP?
Chairman Capuyan?
Yes, Madam Chair. Okay, for livelihood for Region 1, we have 1.5 million or 1,548,000 po.
Okay, so Madam Chair, may appeal to the committee na increase naman po natin yung pondo ng NCIP. Kasi sila po yung talagang napakahirap ang kalagayan, especially now. So may request that we increase their funding for livelihood.
Secretary Bautista, yung hinihingi po ni DSWD Saviliano to increase the budget for the NCIP, for the livelihood program of NCIP, or for indigenous people. Doesn't have to be from NCIP. It could be from your SLP programs.
Yes, Madam Chair. Actually po, meron kaming mga binibigay and ina-augment sa ating mga NCIP through the Sustainable Livelihood Program. I do not have the figures right now, but if Director Janet Armas be recognized, just to give an overview, yung mga benefits and other livelihood programs na binibigay po natin sa NCIP. May Director Janet Armas be recognized, Madam Chair.
Director Janet Armas, you recognize.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair,
go ahead.
For the SLP, specifically for Region 1, we have an allocation for 2021 amounting to 147,764,302,000. And this is distributed to the different municipalities of Region 1 for the information.
Nawala po kayo, Director. Can you please repeat your response?
Anyway, Madam Chair, I think, but my concern is for the NCIP. Kasi may regular programs sa SLP eh. But for the NCIP, yung livelihood programs for the indigenous people. Kasi maliit po yung sinasabi ni ni Chairman Allen, maliit po yung pondo nila. So pwede bang dagdagan natin para matulungan po natin yung mga indigenous people natin?
So Chairman Allen?
Yes, Madam Chair, Your Honor, because our livelihood program for the entire country is only 29.5 million pesos. Though there was an increase by 5.5 million as compared to last year, but right now, out of 2022 is only 29.5 million for the entire
Napakaliit po talaga. Napakaliit po talaga. So again, I'd like to appeal to the committee na dagdagan po na sana natin. Another question, Madam Chair, is in Ilocos we have 3 home for the aged. It's run by the provincial government. Matagal ko po na pong sinasabi ito sa DSWD. Ano po ba yung pwede nating itulong? Because right now, kailangan po nila yung mga supplies nila, then vehicles para i-transport yung mga lola at lolo natin. I think we are the only LGU who's running a home for the aged. So yung support po ng DSWD ang hiningi natin.
Yes, go ahead, Secretary Bautista.
Madam Chair, may Director Gopalan of Field Office 1 be recognized, Madam Chair.
Director Gubalan, you're recognized.
Okay.
Yes, but before you answer, Director Gubalan, let me remind also DSDV that your time is up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Magandang hapon po Your Honor. Sa ating pong mga senior citizen, bukod po sa ating grants ng social pension, ina-access po natin sila sa assistance to individuals in crisis kung kailangan, at kung naman po sila ay parte ng pamilya ng Pantawid, ay nakakapagbigay din po tayo ng assistance sa kanila. Otherwise po, ito po ay medyo limited sa mga programs na yun po.
That's why I'm appealing to the national government, especially to the department, kung special program po sana ito para matulungan naman natin.
Go ahead, RD.
No, bali sa taas na po tayo kay Secretary na kung anong pwede nang itulong.
Secretary, go ahead.
Madam Chair, may ASEC Glenda be recognized.
ASEC Glenn, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So we will just be waiting for the request po coming from the provincial government and particularly
Thank you,
po
Madam.
sa institution. Thank you, Madam Chair and Honorable Congressman.
Madam, last na madali lang naman to eh. Madam Chair, last lang to. Madali lang.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, last Wednesday in our hearing, you mentioned about yung mga warehouses, Mr. Secretary. And in our district, we have a government lot which we can offer kung pwede ko kayo magpatayo ng warehouse doon para mas mabilis yung distribution natin.
Go ahead, Secretary Bautista.
Yes, Madam Chair, Honorable Congressman Sabillano. Tama po kayo doon. Isa pong requirement namin in the establishment of the warehouse is number 1 is the availability of the lot and the deed of donation or usufruct. In fact, in area of Region 1, we have already found one and offered by the provincial government of Ilocos Norte. Kaya we allocated the budget for that warehouse, and in fact nasa implementation, darang nasa bidding process or implementation stage, Madam Chair. Pero we encourage and we welcome, Madam Chair, Your Honor, kung meron pa po tayong mga province na mag-donate ng lands. Kasi ang proseso po doon, pagka meron na pa tayong donated lands, then makuha namin lahat ng approval and everything, then that's the time that we request for capital outlay for the construction of that warehouse, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
So, Madam
So,
Chair, Mr. Secretary.
Kindly address the chair.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
How many square meters do we need? Hindi ko kasi nakuha nung last last hearing.
Madam Chair, based on our standard, at least 3 to 4 hectares, Madam Chair, because it will not only cover yung structure of the warehouse. We also look into yung parking lots, offices, billeting spaces. Kaya ayun po yung standard or average. But of course, kung ano po yung ibigay po na donation na lupa, for example, ibigay po sa amin is 2 hectares, then we have a standard structure. Kung ano po mga struktura ang i-construct po doon, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. Secretary Agyamanak, and to the DSWD family, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, DS. Now, may I call in from the minority bloc, Representative Euphemia Culiamo. Representative Culiamo.
Madam Chair, maraming salamat.
Manifestation. Sandali lang po. Rep.
Chair.
Culiamo?
Madam
Go
Chair.
ahead. You can make your manifestation.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, sa pagbibigay ng pagkakataon na ito. Madam Chair, ulitin ko lang ang sinabi ko nung nakaraang hearing. No? Nagpapatuloy ang rig-tagging ni Alin Kapuyan sa mga lumad at sa mga progresibong minorya. Walang silbi ang NCIP sa mga katutubo kung ganito palagi. Hindi kailangan ang ahinsyang nagpapagulo lamang sa aming mga buhay, kalayaan at kapayapaan, at lalo sa yung hindi kinilala ang aming karapatan sa sariling pagpapasya. Dahil sa papel ni Alin Kapuyan bilang LTFL-CAP Executive Director habang chairperson ng NCIP, talagang may conflict of interest. Ginagampanan lang ni Kapuyan ang kanyang papel bilang NTFL-CAP doon sa patuloy na pangririgtag at humahantong doon sa pagpatay ng mga katutubo. Bilang NCIP Chair, dapat ipagtanggol niya ang karapatan ng mga katutubo at hindi naninira at nanririgtag. No? Madam Chair, kitang-kita sa isang screenshot na aming natanggap, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, ginawa lang natin ang trabaho sa Kongreso bilang halal na representante na busisiin ang budget, no? Ang budget na batayan at bantayan, no? Bantayan ang pundo ng taong bayan. Ngunit dahil sa paggampan natin sa ating tungkulin, mismo si Alin Kapuyan ay pinaratangan tayo ng mga terorista. Sabi niya ay yung communist terrorist group sa Kongreso. Madam Chair, ito po yung nais ko lang pong isa-isahin ng sagot yung nasa screenshot na aming natanggap. Sinabi dito na atakihin ng Makabayan Block ang budget ng NCIP na 1.5 billion. Madam Chair, hindi po atake yung ating pagbusisi ng mga budget. Lahat ng mga ahensya ay binusisi natin ang budget dahil trilyon na ang utang natin, hindi pa rin natugunan ang hinaharap natin na problema, lalo na itong kagutuman at yung krisis ng pangkalusugan at ang krisis natin sa ekonomiya. At sabi dito sa screenshot na ang budget na ito ay para sa mga 16 to 20 million na mga indigenous peoples na na mayroong 15 to 20% na bahagi ng national population na tumitira doon sa 7 million na hektarya ng national teritoryo o 25% of our territory. Madam Chair, ang mga katutubong ito ay hindi na po buo. Nagkawatak-watak po ito, Madam Chair, dahil sa pamumuno ni Alin Kapuyan. At siyempre, Madam Chair, ang palaging pinaparatangan na terorista ay kami na tumitindig na alagaan at depensahan ang sinasabi nating national territory. Kabilang ang aming lupang ninuno sa ating pambansang teritoryo na inaalagaan namin mula pa sa aming pagkabata dahil minana namin yan sa aming mga ninuno. Kaya sa ganitong kalagayan, Madam Chair, ako po ay hindi po ito katanggap-tanggap. Kaya Madam Chair, ganito ang dahilan. Nag-move ako na i-defer ang panukalang budget ng NCIP. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Okay. Who would like to make a motion? Representative Sarate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sinusuportahan po ng kinatawan na ito ang manifestasyon ng ni Kafemia Kulyamat dahil po sa pambabastos, no? At hindi sinasagot ni Chairman Kapuyan yung dapat tinatanong sa kanya sa budget, kundi ang kanyang ginagawa dito ay attacking direkta sa mga miyembro ng Kongreso, no? Miyembro ng Minorya at miyembro ng Makabayan Bloc na tinagurian niyang communist terrorist groups dito sa Kongreso. At hindi katanggap-tanggap yon at hindi humihingi kami, no? We demand a public apology from this chair ng NCIP, no? Na ang kanya naman talagang papel, Madam Chair, ay mas yung pagiging NTFL cap niya na nangre-red tag. So dahil dito, Madam Chair, at nakita rin natin na sa nakaraang pagdinig nitong budget ng DSWD ay napakarami pa nilang dapat sagutin sa mga miyembro ng Kongresong ito. Kaya I move to defer specifically the budget of NCIP as well as the entire budget of the Department of DSWD, Madam Chair. I so move, Madam Chair. May I request, Madam Chair, that Representative Bonito Singson be recognized from the minority.
Representative Bonito, you're
Yes,
recognized.
what was your motion again?
To defer the budget of NCIP as well as the budget of the DSWD, Madam Chair.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
Yes, there has been a move and it was seconded to defer the termination of the budget briefing of DSWD and its attached agency. But before we suspend this briefing, I'd like to request DSWD to, if it's possible, this is coming from Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, she would like to request for data on savings declared by DSWD in 2016 to 2019, if any, and how these savings were expended. So with that, this budget briefing is hereby suspended.